Quantum Realms 2021. This is Tara Abele from Peaceful Pathways Quantum Healing, and I'm here to discuss the topic of being human. Yes, well, I facilitate Beyond Quantum Healing and A.U.R.A regression sessions, as well as remote spirit release practitioner and NGH and OMNI hypnotist. But let me relay to you the information I've been getting about being human. Remember that all of the trials and tribulations that we perceive that we're going through, they all serve to polish us, right? To polish stones shine brighter, saith the guides. So keep that in mind as we navigate. Looking at the archetypes that we are playing, the constructs we have created, is a big theme for us. It's on our to-do list this year. So we really need to sort of rise above, be the observer in this play, and take responsibility for our creations. Release the old paradigm and really take responsibility for our actions. And this is our creation. We created, what we are seeing. So if you can't figure out how or why, and you need help to look at, remember our subconscious, it's creating our reality, or at least, 90% of it. So we need to look at there, dig in deep, and, what trash do we need to take out? Yeah. They're telling us, don't point fingers, stop with the blame game. The world is a mirror, all right? So you really have to look and see. Look in all those little nooks and crannies. What might not you have been looking at before that you need to look at now. Okay, so also in sessions, and very much related, is our need to transcend fear. It makes it a little easier when you remember who you really are. And, by doing the, first bit of advice, being the observer and looking at the roles you're playing, you can sort of, deconstruct. So listening to who you are really means there's a need to get quiet, to really get quiet and comfortable with ourselves. And I really think, this past year, it has afforded us the opportunity to sort of slow down and, get quiet. So in that stillness, beats your heart and, all the information that you need, if you just get quiet, comes from here and comes from, your higher guidance and wisdom from here, right? So they're really talking about creating that heart-mind coherence, because as one session came through, it's like if you have the heart-mind coherence going, then you have your flux capacitor turned on, and then when you have your flux capacitor turned on, you can travel anywhere, right? So we really need to, understand where we're coming from, right? To pay attention. Are we coming from our heart? Are they working in unison? Is there a battle? Is there some dysfunction going on that we need to address? Okay, so once we can transcend or overcome fear, to push through it, like Moana, I'm bringing up this Disney character because this one client kept hearing a song from that movie, and so we ascertained the meaning, and I think it's very relevant, because once you can listen to who you are, right, to figure out who you are and listen to the voice within, and you overcome that fear and that maybe the voices outside of yourself telling you that, no, everything's fine the way it is, and, people don't want you to change, and, you have everything you need. But, if you're being drawn to do something different, if you're being drawn, to get away from something of a lower density, if you're just being inspired, to really listen to that inspiration, because sometimes in leaving familiarity, we find a grander experience unfolds for us and greener pastures are awaiting. So, take that, leap of faith. Again, if you're listening to your heart and, using your mind in a balanced, aligned way, that, that's when the wonderful magic happens. Okay. Let's see, what else? So, once we have that heart-mind coherence, we have that flux capacitor turned on. Awesome. It requires right heart, right mind, working together for purposeful movement. Okay, let's see, next. I think there is a greater need, or there just is a need for us to really self-care. Auric fields have been leaking energy. And this can happen for multiple reasons. So the guides are saying, liken this to imagine a burlap sack holding water. Okay, and you're going along, but drip, 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 drip. And what that equals is a loss of vitality and a loss of frequency, right? And so then you're all sluggish and down here, and you're not going to be any good for anyone. Right? We're trying to make this world a better place. It has to start within, and it has to start with you. So it's very important that you take the time to, decompress, get your feet on the ground, spend some time in nature. And the guides it seems like every session, they're telling the client to, whatever it is, their thing is, sing, dance, just run, paint, take salt baths, spend time in nature, whatever it is that will get your energy rising. Because as one of my guides said to me, it really propels you into the stream where everything is lighter and easier. And who doesn't want to be in that stream where everything is easier and lighter? Of course, we all do, right? So you have to allow yourself to lighten, because then we float, right? And we can be in that space. Also, I had a dream that it was like there was the higher part of me and the me here, and I'm like all over the place, and the higher part of me couldn't like snap us into place. And that was a clear message for me to sort of to slow down. And it's people still really have a hard time with doing nothing. They feel like there's something wrong if they're not doing. We're beings. Remember that. We're beings. We're not doings. So the guides very much, need you to be in that state of receiving instead of doing, oftentimes. Okay, another one of the reasons why so much work has been done on the arc field and the losing of the frequency or the higher vibrations is because of cords. We are frequently disconnecting cords that are attached to negative situations or low density beings. So it's important to do some cord cutting. Also, it's about, what are you attaching your focus to? Well, like, what are you feeding yourself, your energetic field? What are you maybe watching or involving yourself that is not of the highest good for yourself? What is bringing you down? So you need to pay attention to, what are you feeding yourself, right? So like, decide what your priorities are, and really the lower the volume on the things that don't serve you, the things that make you feel whatever it might be, right? Fearful, especially sad, shameful, okay? Any of those lower vibrations. And if you need to address them, of course, address them. And again, that's what we're here for. Let's see. So, going back to looking at archetypes, right? So with the archetypes we're creating, we'll also look at codependence. What roles are we playing in harmony, or, in sync? It might not be harmonious, but in sync with other individuals. Where's the dysfunction? right? Dysfunction in, between heart and mind, dysfunction between, the roles we're playing with other people, right? So this is the perfect time to, release those roles, right? Release the need to be right. Barriers are really coming down. They're crashing and burning this year. So it's the perfect time to work on you. It's the perfect time to spend time, analyzing, what roles have I been playing? Okay. So we're here to help you lend you a hand, to help release, heal, and integrate and transcend. All right. So remember, global alignment equals personal alignment. Like the macrocosm is a reflection of the microcosm. So hold this thought. What are you creating today? Okay, well, I will talk to you soon, and all my love and infinite blessings to you. Bye-bye for now.